good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's your girl Maggie. It's time for your weekly chat. How are you guys doing? I'm telling you, every day is different. Every day comes with a different set of challenges, worries, concerns. So you kind of have to do this little self-preparation as you start the day and choosing what to focus on. You know, I think we should all say that serenity prayer every day. Give me the courage to change the things I can, wisdom to know the difference. It helps you to lay down the loads so you don't carry unnecessary loads, right? You know, my favorite word, right? So, I wanted to chat today. I'm still thinking about a series, what the title is going to be. And nothing is jumping at me yet. I thought about the reset, but I'm like in the context of, you know, aging. But there's so much going on. The violence and the sadness. People killing each other. Just crazy, crazy, crazy. But we choose not to focus on the negative, right? We have to keep talking to ourselves that I will not focus on the negative. I am still showing empathy. I am still, you know, I still care, but I can't internalize it and have it weigh me down. This is where you have to be careful and pay attention. You just can't, you have to pay attention to your psyche and you have to nurture it. You have to take care of it. Just like, you know, I did my workout this morning, same thing. Of course, the workout is going to be good, you know, releasing the endorphins and great hormones in my brain. I'm hearing this little scratchy noise on my right window, and I don't know what it is. I hope something is not going to just fall apart. You just never know. It's okay. So I hope you woke up with purpose and you're planning, you have something to keep you excited. You know, again, you have to really work at creating a space for you where you have goals and you're always motivated, because that kind of helps keep depression at bay, right? We have to always, we should always be striving, looking forward to different things, different challenges. So I thought as I got in the car, I said maybe we can talk about risk-taking, right? This life is so consuming sometimes that it takes all the energy you have just to make it from one minute to the next. And that's why it's difficult sometimes to plan. And I had it in me to be a planner, but I don't think it was something I embraced, you know, as I was growing up, you know, like in my earlier year, like when I was married and kids, we were just going through the motion. We never sat down and said, okay, where do we want to be in 5 years? Which is really something that is sad, that you could be in a relationship, you have a family, but we never sit down and say, these are our family goals. This is where we want to be. It was just same old, same old. Go to work, go to church, take care of the kids, activities, after school activities, and that was it. We didn't have any plans until we decided, okay, we're moving. You know what I mean? But there was no planning. I encourage you, if you're a young family, to do sit down and carve out goals for your family. And once you do that, then it's going to be very, it's an easy transition for you to say, okay, well, what are my goals, my personal goal? As a couple, if you're married or you're in a relationship, what are some of our goals? And again, it takes that intention and that introspection that I speak about all the time. Don't just go with the flow. It makes you a very, I don't know, say flaky, but you're just light, there is just no depth to you. And I don't know, I'm attracted to people who are deep, who can think through things. When you look at the situation, do you just see the obvious? Or can you see behind the obvious? And I think I have a gift that I can see behind what somebody's saying or what they're thinking. And I can figure somebody out just like that. And I'm very, very rarely wrong. That's why you kind of have to be calm and look and listen and watch. All right, the power of, you see, I told you, I love that intro. The power of risk taking. Are you a risk taker? Does taking risks make you nervous, scared, even? It's a natural emotion. It's a natural response to saying, what if I try this? What could happen? Now, you have some people who are the warriors, right? The naysayers. Oh, no, if you do this, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. You're not going to succeed. People are going to talk about you. You're going to be lonely. There are a myriad of reasons you can come up with to not trying something. So again, if you go through the exercise of figuring out who you are, what makes you tick, what are your likes, what are your dislikes, what can you live with? Okay, again, in terms of risk taking, you have to say, how much risk am I supposed to tolerate? Can I tolerate? It's like if you have money and you want to invest it, the financial planner is going to ask you, what is your risk tolerance? Okay, that means how much can you afford to lose if you lose? Because when you are investing, when you are getting married, whatever decision you are making, you're taking a risk. Have you thought about that? When you choose to move to an area, are you not taking a risk? Yeah. When you marry someone, oh my God, are you not taking a risk? Girl. Yes. Because the person you thought you knew may not be the person you're married to now. And what you expected out of a relationship may not be what you expected. So you were taking a risk. Having children. OMG. That is a big risk. I always say, raising children is like playing the lotto. You give it your best shot and you hope for the best. Okay? There is no guarantee in this life. You do the best you can, and then you get to a point you have to jump. You have to jump. So what is risk taking? I think it's making a decision and not knowing the outcome, right? My favorite word. You don't know the outcome. Now, what should be involved in risk taking? You don't want to be, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't want to just jump into a decision. You got to do your homework. This is key, right? Knowing who you are, knowing what you can tolerate, making a decision. But once you make that decision, then you have to do your research. You have to write down the pros and the cons. You have to read up. You have to talk to people. Okay? So let's say I want to, when people are getting married, I think this is a lot of things. There are a lot of things I didn't do right because I didn't know, right? If you like somebody, and you know, when you're young, stars in your eyes, heart's fluttering, your body is telling you something, right? But how do you really know that person? And that's why you have to kind of spend time with the person, because you know somebody cannot be on their P's and Q's on their guard 24/7. They're gonna slip up sometime, but you got to give them time. That's why you don't just meet somebody and jump into bed with them or get married right away. Right? And some people will say, well, it works sometimes. Yeah, it might, but the majority of the time it probably doesn't. You want that person to be around your friends and listen to what they tell you. And I think a lot of us didn't do that when we met somebody. We didn't understand the importance of other people's opinion. Not that their opinions are going to be the only thing you base your decision on. No. That's why you got to take time. You got to let them be around other people. You got to observe. You got to see how they treat other people. Not just how they treat you. Because you're not the only one in the universe. They're going to have to deal with your family, your friends, your co-workers. Make sure you create those opportunities so you can sit back and watch. If you want to take a job, right? You may want to read up on the company you want to work for. Find some people who've worked there and get their input. Go online and read on Glassdoor about other people's rating of the company, right? If you want to go move somewhere else, maybe you need to go visit, walk around, observe, get a feel, make connections. You know, a lot of times we are impulsive in our decisions. And I tell you, this is something I think I've mastered. And I'm not trying to make myself look good in your eyes. But decision making in responses to anything, sometimes, for me, it's every time. I always pull back and think through things. And I can tell you how many times I would rehearse my response. I'd be sitting in the car, whether I'm fuming, I'm upset about whatever that person said or did, and I'm just having a conversation with that person not being here, right, in the car. And I'm thinking of all the things that I want to spew out, that I want to say. But when I do meet with that person, I can tell you most of the time, maybe not one thing that I said to myself is uttered. Because I've taken the time and I've rehearsed, I've gotten all that anxiety and anger, whatever, out of my system by just getting it out. So that when I get to that person, you're not going to get the brunt of everything that's been going on with me. You know, that is such a good thing for you to practice. Okay? It keeps you out of making enemies. It keeps you out of hurting somebody. And like I said before, a lot of people are in jail or broken relationship because of something they said or did without thinking. Be measured. Think through things. Risk taking. I am a risk taker. I thrive on the unknown. I get excited about new adventures. I told you, I'm a little restless. I'm a restless soul. I don't like to do the same thing over and over again. Although I wish I could still be at my cafe, just enjoying myself, cooking for my customers. That is what feeds me. So now when I'm upset and I'm you know, I cook. That's my therapy. So enjoy life. Try to take small steps. Take some small risks and it becomes easier. Everything that you do for a little while becomes a habit. And then the discomfort is going to lessen. So risk-taking to me is part of life. If you don't take risks, you're not going to enjoy. You're not going to explore. You're not going to enjoy the benefits of new opportunities, okay? All right, guys, my time's coming up. I love you. God loves you. Au revoir. À la prochaine. Bonne journée.